consent agenda, you'll be hearing it, okay?
Okay.
Sorry, but we're down for some reason.
You'll come out of executive?
Yep. We good? Are we good? Hit it.
Go there, how'd they get there?
Okay, at this time, I make a motion that we come out of an executive session. No decisions were made, no money was spent. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself, seconded by Councilwoman Jackson. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, we're out of an executive session. Moving on with the agenda. I'm sorry, are you ready?
Yes.
Public comments or questions on agenda items only. If you have any comments or questions, please approach the podium on agenda items only. You want to go now, Holly? You want to wait? If you got something to say, go ahead. Yep, I'll let you.
Holly Marcy, excuse me, there goes my voice. Holly Marcy from Cricket Hill Road. So I'm just wanted to say how grateful I am, and I know people on Facebook are, that you are addressing Cricket Hill Road and the issue with the speed limit, signage, things of that sort. I'm glad that Mr. Balkin saw the necessity for this speed tests, et cetera. So I hope in the meantime, before this whole traffic study is completed and things like that, that in the interim, that we do have more of a police presence as far as speeders and things like that. If you see
I can answer that right now if you'd like.
Pardon?
I can answer that right now if
Okay.
you'd like. I've been dealing with a Captain Watterson. He's a local guy. He's my contact out there. And they are going to show a police presence. Of course, they will not give you the day or the time, but they will be there. He has assured me of that. They are working on the speed trailer to collect data
Great.
as well. But I have emphasized the hill going by your house, okay? On the
Was
downside.
that a neighbor?
I
Okay.
believe I have permission to go near the guide rail at the bottom, Ms. Judson? Okay. All right, so we're working on that. They are dispatched in other areas, but the problem is that it's the winter time. They don't like putting it out this time of year because they can get plowed in.
So is this sheriff or
This is the
state
sheriff's.
police?
This is
Okay.
the sheriff's. We have money in our budget to put extra cars on.
Great.
And we're going to utilize that, but he told me that I am fine to say, he assures you he will have a presence on that hill.
Terrific. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the majority of the time is going, beginning of school time,
Yeah.
and then 3 to 4:30, and of course 5 o'clock. You know, I can
I've,
almost set my...
I've sat on Peaceable Way, and I understand where you guys are coming from,
Mm-hmm.
and I know the hill, too. So, all right, but he has assured me that that will happen,
Terrific.
and then once we see a long stretch of extended good weather, because we got stuff coming in this weekend, we wanted to get it out there this week, and he's not going to bring it out, okay? It's just
And
an
again, I
initial-
offer the front of our
Yep.
road frontage in front of the...
They've looked at the Peaceable Way area, the big shoulder that's there,
Yeah?
and I gave them the location on Miss Judson's property coming down the hill.
And they're
Going
okay with
east.
that being a private road?
Nope, that's on Cricket. That's the other side of Cricket Hill, going down the hill to the triangle intersection. That's the other section of that road that's
Oh, okay.
that are complaints are
Gotcha.
coming in
All right,
with.
anyway, thank you both.
Yep.
And anyone else involved for doing this, because I know there's a lot of concern on Facebook. And I mean, people just have to slow down, you know, and do the right thing anyway. So, all right, that's it.
Okay,
Look forward to it.
Thank you.
you got it, thank you. Anybody else? Go ahead. And just so you know, for those of you who don't know, former Supervisor Diane Judson. Welcome.
You have to say that.
I will. I respect that title.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, same here. And like Holly, I want to say thank you to everyone for the work that you've done on addressing the issue with the speed on Cricket Hill Road. And the only thing I'm publicly offering our property. You can, if people going up and down that hill, it's unbelievable the rate of speed. So feel free, put it anywhere. I know that we will have some legal, lawful presence, and they know that they can also have access to our property to wherever they need to position themselves.
If you stay until the end, I will discuss that part of
Okay.
that with you privately.
Okay.
Okay?
The only other thing that I'm going to put out there, and I do know under Article 41 and Article 40 of the New York State Traffic and Vehicle Law, that we, the town, the community, and the county can address the trucks that are coming up and down that road that are really causing a hazard. For me to come out of my driveway is an adventure. You know, we ask people not to back out of the roads. The school buses are stopping. They're having difficulty because we have a lot of truck presence. And I'm not talking about the delivery and the Amazon and all of those. I'm talking about tractor
Yep.
trailers.
The data that the data or the research, I'll call it, from myself sitting there and taking the comments from yourself and Miss Morrissey and anybody else that's been on that trail, it shows that the majority of it is cutting across.
Yeah.
Okay? I have spoken personally to the project site, and they assure me that it is not theirs.
No,
They
it's not
know
them.
they have to take 22 to 55
Right.
to 55 East. So I've reached out to them more than enough. I think they got the hint, okay? But what I have seen, and not a lot, but the few times I've sat up there, grab a coffee and just watch, it's the blue and white license plates from Connecticut, and it's the trucks that are coming off of 22 and going to 55. So what I did in our discussion with Mr. Balkine, because it wasn't an in-person meeting, which I think I told Nikki that might not happen, and it was by phone,
Right.
which is fine. I work downstairs.
Okay.
But we talked about possible weight changes,
Thank you.
talked about possible local traffic only, which Ms. Morrissey has brought up in the past. I don't ever remember the sign, and neither does Mr. Balkine. You say
Yeah,
there
there
was a
was.
sign
What
there at one
happened to it?
time? Okay.
Okay.
The problem is a county highway like that, it's tough to do that on. Okay, so he said he will look into it, along with the speed study and everything else, and he'll take the concerns that I've given him, and I've patted him quite good. And I said, I need you to consider this.
Right. There's a
Unfortunately, it's a county road, and there are ways around it, like you stated.
Absolutely.
So,
Absolutely.
Now that I have them numbers, 40 and 41,
Yeah, you can go to article, it's.
I'll tell him to look them up, which I'm sure he knows.
He knows, he's 42, he's 40, and the town, which
Is
has the
41.
authority, is 41. And you can, in fact, regulate what happens on county roads within a
The
township.
issue is will he do that?
Well, we have a little bridge on
Yep.
the road as well.
Well, that's where I brought up another weight limit issue. If you can consider the weight limit across the road, there is definitely, I called it a culvert down by the barn,
Right.
right at the bottom of the hill. I said, has that ever been considered?
Right.
And he said, okay, we'll look at that as well.
There was an engineer there, I don't know who sent the individual out of New Jersey
Okay.
that was there reviewing and looking at the bridge.
It might have been our, what is that, every biannual inspections, culverts
Right.
get inspected
Right.
every other year, I believe.
Right,
So
but
every
there's
2 years.
no, yeah, there's no
So
identification.
It might have been that. If it's out of Jersey, that would be my guess.
Yeah, I
Okay.
don't know, he didn't,
If it wasn't one of ours, I mean,
no,
you
it
would see
wasn't.
our county
It
ID
wasn't.
on
I
the-
got
on the
exci-
side
I
of
got
the
a
van.
little excited, I have to tell you.
No, that's
I
fine.
did.
That's fine.
A little excited.
Like I said a meeting or two ago, I assure you, we're going to do everything we can with this, but I got to have a little give back from the county.
Right. And,
I know
and
I
also
work for
within
them, I
the,
know I got connections, I'm going to do what I can, and
Okay,
I
yeah.
assure you of that.
Right,
You know,
thank
and I
you.
don't make a lot of promises, but this I promise, I will
Right.
try. Because I've sat there and I've seen it.
right.
Okay?
And we're not pulling any of the trucks off the little road anymore. We've been doing that for quite some time, and we're not
Right.
going to do it anymore. It's too much of a risk for George, so,
Okay,
yeah.
all right?
So they'll sit there.
Okay, so you'll hear the resolution tonight.
All right, thank you.
You got it. Would you do me a favor? Would you go grab my glasses? Sorry, thank you. Are we opening the public hearing now?
Yes, we have.
Okay. Okay, at this time, I'd like to I'll make a motion to open a public hearing on the 2025 Town and Recreation fee schedules. Do I have a second? Motion made by myself, seconded by Councilman Holmes, to open the public hearing on Town and Recreation fee schedules. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So So carried. Public hearing is now open. Thank you, Susan.
You're welcome.
Now I can see. At this time, I've reviewed, I'm hoping everybody else has reviewed. Julie, would you like to say anything on any of the changes? I spoke with Don earlier on a few of his. I'm good with the changes that you made.
I think they're pretty much the same as last.
Yep, yeah, because we tried to toe the line is the way it looked to me. I know I think Don made a few changes, he told me that he did.
Yeah, we just added.
And they're posted.
And they're posted, so if anybody else has any questions or in the crowd, we'll gladly entertain them. If not, I'm fine with it. Councilman Holmes?
Fine.
Jan? Susan? Good, Madam Clerk, anything? Okay. Seeing that everybody's fine and no further discussion, I'll make a motion that we close the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded by Councilman Maluta to close the public hearing on town and recreation fee schedules. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. Reports of the Recreation Department Highway Super. We'll start with Jason. Jason had to run out. He was called by emergency response for a tree down. Tommy has a very short report for him and a date to remind everybody of.
Jason wants to thank the town residents for cooperating with the highway department during the plowing and sanding processes that have been going on. And a reminder to everyone, no parking on town roads April 15th, or October 15th to April 15th, and keep your garbage cans off the streets, please. And he wants to thank all those guys for all the hours they've been putting in.
Thank you, Tom. Recreation Director, Julie Muncy.
Julie Muncy, Dover Recreation. So we've been very busy getting actually ready for day camp, believe it or not. Our calendar is filling up. It should be out probably by next week once we get all our dates and times and everything for the calendar year. Our day camp goes from June 30th to August 8th, 8:30 to 4, and then we have a playground program 2 weeks after that, and that's just a little bit lesser program. I lose a lot of my counselors to go back to college. So that's pretty much like an 8-week program. But registrations are opening Saturday, February 1st. So anybody who wants to register for day camp, before and after care, as well as our playground program. Our CIT program, I do not have up yet. I'm waiting for a date that we're going to be doing training, so I have to wait on that. Our 3rd through 12th grade basketball program has been going underway since the end of November, beginning of December. We are in our basketball game phase. We go right till March 15th, so we're almost kind of halfway through in a way. But I just wanted to tell you that our Dragon Funds, it's a program that for the school, they're going to be selling snacks and drinks at our games. We have a game this Saturday from 7:30 to 2:30 if anybody wants to come. We also have our K through 2 second grade basketball. We just had our first game for them. So if you want to come and they're a lot of fun. They're a great little group to come and watch, so they're very enthusiastic. If anybody wants to come and have a good time, come on Monday nights, 5:30 or 6:30. We also have a new program for our little ones. It's called Super Tots. It's a multi-sports program for 2 to 4 year olds. That starts on Wednesday, February 12th at Wingdale Elementary School. And we're collaborating with Skyhawk Sports to bring in this program. We have a new session of our cheerleading that starts on this Monday coming up. We split up the groups, so we have little ones and then our big ones. And we've also added another instructor, so that gives some kids a little bit extra learning, more of one-on-one time. We also have a new session of adult Zumba coming, starting on Wednesday the 5th, and that's also at Wingdale Elementary. Believe it or not, we have Easter egg hunt coming on April 12th, and that's at 1 o'clock at Boys Park. We also have we booked all our bands for our summer concert series. That starts July 12th to August 23rd, every Saturday from 6 to 8 at the Boys Park Pavilion. And lastly, we are getting organized, and we've already booked stuff for our annual Dover Day 2025, which is Saturday, September 20th. And we also, as usual, our our senior program, Mondays and Thursdays, as always, at the American Legion Hall, 10:30 to 2:30. We have line dancing on Mondays, exercise on Thursdays. And right now they're working on their trips, so in the next few weeks, the trips will be out. So if anybody would like to go on the trips, they'll have certain days that they can sign up. Any questions?
Just reiterate, there is no ice skating.
Oh, yes, there is no ice skating at Boys Park Pond. Unfortunately, we all liked it when we were kids, but it is no longer a thing. Unfortunately, safety-wise, it's just best that we do not go on the pond at all. Walk, talk, or anything on
I
it.
didn't see too much after the answer I gave.
Yeah,
The
it was much better.
administrator shut
Kind of
it
got
off,
cut
so
off, yeah, so it was good. No, it is what it is, so,
it was a day of keyboard warriors.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, anything else?
Okay, with that, thank you, Julie. With that, at a staff meeting today, I brought back something that used to be done. I asked our building department to give a monthly report, so I did receive that. I was approached and asked some questions, what do they do? So here's what they do. The following is a summary of items that transpired in the last 30 days, from 12/30 of '24 to 1/29 of '25. 16 building permits were issued, 6 certificates of compliance were issued, 5 code violations, 1 stop work order, and every day of routine daily paperwork and inspections. They are very busy, so those of you who question that, I beg to differ, and I'll leave it at that. Reports from the supervisor and the town board members. We'll start with Councilman Holmes.
Met with Jason a couple times this month, talked about plowing and the sand and salt, using a lot of salt. And then we talked about the Cart Road project that they're widening the road. And they're in the first phase, they got all the trees cut. And going on from there, weather permitting.
Thank you, Tom. Councilman Maluta?
No report this month.
Okay, thank you. Councilwoman Jackson?
The school board has proceeded with the capital improvement project that was approved by the vote a few years ago. They're going to work on the outside projects over this summer. They're going to be putting in dining areas in the courtyards for the students. And the library has a lot of activities to get you through the winter, so check it out.
All right, thank you. I have just a short comment from Deputy Supervisor Murphy. He just wants to wish everybody a Happy New Year. Hope everybody went through the holidays well. He can't be here tonight, but he says wishes everybody well and everybody be safe in the remaining of the winter. Supervisor's report. I'd like to remind everybody that we still have an opening at our highway department. We are 2 guys down, but I believe Jason conducted an interview and we possibly do have a candidate coming in soon. But we still have an opening there. We do have an open seat on our zoning board. Along with that, we're looking for a member for our assessment review committee.
Board of Assessment.
Board of Assessment and Review Committee. We have a seat open there. So if anybody is interested out there, please reach out to us and we'll connect you with the proper people. That's a seat on our zoning board and our Board of Assessment and Review Committee. All right? We're also looking for some volunteers to join our Trails Committee. We need some help and some input on our properties, such as Stone Church and the Seven Wells Brook property. Please contact the Town Hall, and we'll forward your name and contact information to our committee chair, Ryan Corteen. We have some events and work dates scheduled, and we will be posting them on our website and our pages. Saturday, April 26th is called Celebrate Trails Day. Saturday, May 10th is a volunteer work detail day for maintenance and some upkeep on our property up near Stone Church. Saturday, June 7th is also a volunteer work day for the committee and those who want to come out and help out. Saturday, June 21st, I believe we locked that in today.
Yes, we
It
did.
is. June 21st is actually National Trails Day. It's also a 10-year anniversary of Dover opening the trails to the Stone Church. So we're planning on a little event, celebration per se. We're going to invite some of our dignitaries who helped out years ago and those who are in place today. So there are some dates. We are looking for some help The few that are on that committee, they are very busy. They've been working, cutting the trails on the Seven Wells property from Stone Church towards the end of the property, down behind CVS, all the way to Seven Wells Road, formerly Oniontown Road. So we're looking forward to those events coming this spring and this summer. But there are some work that need to do. We have gone into the new year. We are planning projects, events, grant writing. Katie is very busy in the grant writing aspect of things. We hope to bring some plans in the coming weeks or months of what we have planned to do. And, again, we're busy. It's a new year. We have a lot of projects coming. Our library project, the generator, the electric job, highway. They're all still on the plate from last year. The generators have been delivered. They're not been delivered, they've been ordered. They'll be delivered this coming spring. 100K generator for the library and Legion, 60K generator for the new garage up top. Electric will be put in. The insulation job is finally done up there. So we've been busy. And in the next month or two, I'm going to have a full summary of the ARP funds that we received years ago. We had until this past December 31st to either commit in contract or purchase order or spend everything that we received. And I'm happy to say that we spent every penny they sent us, and we even went over by $13. Thank you, Julie. But no, when the summary comes out, I think a lot of heads will turn with the amount of work that was done with that money, projects, equipment, just things that were done with it that us, the taxpayers, didn't have the burden of taking care of, and it all would have come out of a budget one way or another eventually, okay? Or we would have chosen not to do it, and our town residents wouldn't have it. So it was all tax money in a roundabout way from the feds, but we used every penny, and I will say every penny of it. So that's my report. Any questions? I hope to have that by March's meeting, okay? Moving on, we're going to the resolutions. Again, our resolutions will be posted when we get them up. We apologize for our technical difficulties right now, but something is definitely going on. But I will read the resolutions word for word. Resolution to authorize and approve the consent agenda items. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby approve the following items for consideration and adoption on the January 29th, 2025 Town Board regular meeting consent agenda. Authorize the payment of abstract number 1 of 2025 in the amount of $457,136.64. Accept minutes of the Town Board special meeting of December 17th, 2024, and the Town Board organizational meeting of December 17th, 2024, and the Town Board special meeting of December 30th, 2024. Approve the Town Clerk's report for December 2024. Approve the Town Supervisor's monthly financial report for December of 2024, and authorize unanticipated revenue, budget transfers, budget amendments, and payment of off-abstract purchase orders as prepared and submitted by the town's bookkeeper. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Any discussion? That is a little above normal on the payment, but we had 2 months of medical insurance premiums. The purchases with the ARP monies, that's all in there, if anybody's asking. Okay? Motion made and seconded. No more discussion. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried. There you go. Resolution to authorize submission of an ATE9 application to the Dutchess County Department of Public Works and New York State Department of Transportation for speed. Whereas the town of Dover has received concerns from residents who reside on Cricket Hill Road, also known as County Route 26, in Dover Plains about excessive speeding, increased commercial vehicle traffic, and dangerous behaviors by some motorists who fail to fully stop or yield at intersections with Old State Route 22 and Route 22. And whereas, according to information through emails with representative of the Dutchess County Legislature, there were 5 motor vehicle accidents on Cricket Hill Road in 2024 and another 5 accidents reported in 2023. And whereas a December 15, 2023 letter to the town of Dover from a resident involved in a motor vehicle accident that provided insightful details about motorists' confusion and with issues related to the rights of way, misjudging the intersection, and collisions due to unsafe ingress or egress to Cricket Hill Road. And whereas Supervisor Yino has contacted the Dutchess County Department of Public Works to advocate for residents' concerns and suggested ideas for measures and methods that might help reduce speeding and improve motorists' knowledge to anticipate roadway features for safer passage. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the submission of a completed TE9 application to the Commissioner of Dutchess County Department of Public Works as outlined in Part 5, Paragraph G of the New York State DOT Traffic Safety and Mobility Instruction, TSMI 17-05, to attain data and assess a formal speed limit reduction. And be it further resolved that the town board authorizes the town supervisor and town highway superintendent to assist the Dutchess County Department of Public Works and the New York State Department of Transportation in completing necessary studies to determine measures and methods to improve vehicular safe passage and the safety of residents who live on Cricket Hill Road in Dover Plains. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Councilwoman Jackson, seconded by Councilman Holmes. Discussion. I miss anything?
Nope.
Did I miss anything? That sound right? Okay. Well, I'm going with the people that are questioning okay.
I'm on the road every
All right,
day.
I think we covered everything, so, thank you. So any other discussion? Okay, no further discussion, all in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. I apologize on the first resolution. Resolution to accept 2024 Town of Dover Justice Court Annual Report and Audits and filing with New York State Office of Court Administration, OCA. Whereas the Town of Dover Justice Court has submitted its 2024 annual report to the Town Board, and whereas the Town Board of the Town of Dover has reviewed the 2024 Town of Dover Justice Court annual reports from the Honorable R. Ren Abrams Sr. and the Honorable R. Ren Abrams Jr. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby accepts the 2024 Town of Dover Justice Court's annual report. And be it further resolved that the copy of the 2024 Town of Dover Justice Court Annual Report shall be kept on file in the office of the Town Clerk. And be it further resolved that the Town Board authorizes and directs the filing of the 2024 Annual Justice Court Financial Reports with the Office of the Court Administration, OSA. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Holmes. Any discussion? This is their yearly thing.
Yeah.
All right, hearing no discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution authorizing the hiring of a part-time records clerk. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the hiring of Nicole Plavchin as a part-time records clerk in the Town of Dover at the hourly rate of $17.50 per hour for up to 20 hours per pay period effective February 3rd. Are we going to go with the 4th now that it's Tuesday?
It just starts her on the 3rd to make it a week of
Okay.
a pay period. So
Okay.
it doesn't matter when she works.
Effective February 3rd, 2025. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Any discussion? I think this will be a great addition to our staff,
Welcome aboard.
truthfully. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution to authorize a historical project grant application to Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation. Whereas the Town of Dover received the donation of a 1912 edition of the book, A History of the Civil War and the Causes That Led Up to the Great Conflict by Benson Lossing, a prominent historian, illustrator, and Town of Dover resident during the 19th century. And whereas the Town Board of the Town of Dover Historical Society seek to conserve the volume for permanent public display, and provide community educational programs for residents and Dover students about Benson Lossing's life and the significance of his works to preserve the histories of the American Revolution and Civil War through publications with first-hand accounts and drawings. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the submission of a grant application to the Northeast Duchess Fund of the Berkshire Taconic Community Foundation by February 15th, 2025, for grant funds to assist with professional conservation of the donated volume for supplies to provide community educational programs in the summer of 2025 on the life and works of Benson Lossing.
Cool.
I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. Discussion. I am always in favor of keeping Dover's history alive.
Absolutely.
Our Historical Society does a phenomenal job. Thank you, Marilyn. Please thank the members as well. Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution authorizing letter of intent for 2025 Dutchess County CDBG project application and schedule a public hearing. Whereas the Town Board of the Town of Dover has applied to the Dutchess County Community Block Grant CDBG program for projects that help improve handicapped accessibility to town infrastructure and facilities. Whereas the 2025 application cycle has been announced, and municipalities are required to submit a letter of intent by Monday, February 3rd, 2025, and hold a public hearing to solicit project ideas for an application prior to submission of an application due by 4 p.m. on Monday, March 3rd, 2025. Excuse me. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the town supervisor and the town clerk to submit a letter of intent for 2025 grant application by Monday, February 3rd, 2025, and to schedule a public hearing to solicit residents' input on project ideas for 6:30 p.m. on Wednesday, February 26th, that should be 2025, or as soon as possible thereafter at Dover Town Hall, 126 East Duncan Hill Road, Dover Plains, New York. And be it further resolved, the Town Board authorizes the development and circulation of a residence survey with eligible projects, ideas for consideration, input, and comment in anticipation of February 26, 2025 public hearing. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Holmes, seconded by Maluta. Discussion. This survey is something that we have always done in the past. We basically give some ideas of our thought process of what we'd like to see done, but we let you, the residents, choose. The example is the walking track. We had the walking track and two other choices, and the walking track won. The workout equipment was, I believe, another survey we did, right? And they chose the workout equipment?
We did the
The crosswalk?
Yes, we did that. So it just kind of prioritizes.
Yep. So this is another survey that will be out, I believe, this week, if not early next, leading up to the next meeting. Okay? Any questions? Any other discussion? Hearing no further discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution adopting 2025 Town of Dover Town and Recreational Fee Schedule. Whereas Chapter 73 of the Town Code in the Town of Dover allows the Town Board of the Town of Dover to adopt fees after a public hearing, and whereas on January 29th, 2025, a public hearing was held to seek public input for proposed town fees for 2025 in the Town of Dover. Now therefore be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover does hereby adopt the 2025 Town of Dover Town Fee Schedule as attached hereto and made a part hereof. And be it further resolved that a copy of the 2025 Town Fee Schedule shall be kept on file in the office of the Town Clerk. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Jackson, seconded by Maluta. Any discussion? Again, thank you for your research, Julie, and Don, and everybody else that was
Prices
involved.
down.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? So carried, one absent. Resolution number 0162024, authorizing the transfer of highway funds to Highway Machinery and Equipment Capital Reserve account. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby authorizes the transfer of $25,000 of highway funds to the Highway Machinery and Equipment Capital Reserve account. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Holmes, seconded by Maluta. This is a reserve fund that we put in place when I took over as supervisor in 2020. This is a way to guarantee we put money aside for whatever he may need. The running joke is it's the equipment fund. You can buy anything from a weed whacker to a truck.
Because they all break.
And that's what this is. And this is ways of putting our money aside in case it's needed for a down payment on a vehicle, a piece of equipment, whatever falls into that category. We started this in 2020 with some of our pilot monies and some of our, our monies that come in through the budget. So this is just a way of guaranteeing that we have money put aside and nothing catches us off guard. If something breaks, we have something set aside to help us get to the purchase itself. All right? Tommy, you may not have known that. That's why I explained it. All right? Any other? Hearing no other discussion, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried. One absent. Resolution to establish hourly rate of backup dog control officer. Be it resolved that the Town Board of the Town of Dover hereby establishes the hourly pay rate for the backup dog control officer to be $20 an hour effective January 1, 2025. I'll entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Brought by Maluta, seconded by Jackson. This was brought tonight because truthfully, we appointed our backup and we failed to remember to set the hourly rate. So that we're just covering tonight, okay? So that way we can truthfully pay them. We haven't paid them since January because we didn't have this in place yet, okay? So, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. That's it, right? Mm-hmm. At this time of the agenda, are there any public comments? If you have any public comments, please approach the podium. Seeing nobody approach the podium, upcoming meetings are February
26?
26th. Will be our next regular town board meeting. At this time, I'd like to make a motion that we go into an executive session to discuss litigation and not return to the dais and end the meeting that way. Do I have a second?
Second.
Motion made by myself and seconded by Councilman Holmes to go into an executive session to discuss a litigation issue and not return to the dais. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? So carried, one absent. We're in executive session.